Hello, guys. Uh, One of the things that you realize is there is a consequence to every action. And this message is designed for the Amber Boys, those who have volunteered to give their life for this cause that they believe in. This message is to help you have perspective on the decisions that you are making. We are going to hear about the children that some of these fighters that have died left behind, and what is the outcome of their lives. We are also going to talk briefly on the taxes that is being imposed on these poor people that are barely making it. It's a pathetic situation. This is the height of wickedness as to what our people are going through, and yet they are being forced to pay taxes, while those in the diaspora collect this money. Some smart men, young men in the diaspora are beginning to speak up. I want to repeat this again as we proceed into this. A lot of people around the world have been writing me and they are appreciating what I'm doing here. It is opening their eyes to the reality of that nation. And I want to let you guys know, I hear you all, and we are in this together. The best days are ahead, and it's going to come very fast. And I repeat, within 2 years, me and my team and I will squash this issue, have a conversation with our leaders in Cameroon, and resolve this conflict and move forward with prosperity. Again, our organization is the Cameroon Sustainable Development Project. The Cameroon Sustainable Development Project, CSDP. That is what I represent. Let's take a listen.
I'm sorry, I won't buy Pekin. Where in Nigeria? Our first show now. I'll play the video. Mona, listen to the video, and then we will talk. Mona, yeah, most of I don't see them, but I go play them. Make Mona see them very well. Now listen. A person I share button because it be very important. Now yeah.
Yes, it's really I want to talk for Nana say, I will be die. I'm my junior brother. These two picking the one see and so my picking them. They be born. And their mommy in all day. So now me, I take care of these children since he died. So I thank God too for Mama Wali, where they be introduced me for ye. It help us with these children. So God will really bless it. The same mornings at times that they help to feed to this picking and take care for them. The woman really do good work. So I don't hear my brother always talk about ADF. I ever told all those people, they might ask where they for really take look about this picking there for me. Help me. So now this sister Mercy, good. It don't come so. It come for ground one. So the workers say they find people then way they don't come all wrong struggle can. So you don't ask can you want you to face are there. You don't find out so they don't can see no this picking them. Now we say no, you know go live and so go away, you know, do something. Now we can video also say me put and so on. I see if now go help me with this picking them, me the feel stand fine. For how my brother be talk too much about you now. Like I not get not to have to talk again. That thank you we can finally introduce the group for me. Thank you now. Amen.
Okay, when I don't hear we talk of it, I will show a picture for Mona Siam. Now I will buy I want picking this. Now don't see the boys they don't big fine. Now other one that That sister that. See how they know. They didn't Nigeria. I go talk something. That two picking the one I say, I know not only I buy picking them. That I will buy get some small fine get picking for inside matter. We be give a level some girl. If I don't know, I will buy get some picking for day. Now on a pressure button, and as I not put that picture for you. See, if you now look at Ivomba, if you look at Ivomba, right? Now sister that, now picking them that. Where is Ivomba today? They don't compromise. If they now Ambazonia, they deceive him, may go die because of his stupidity. Now, if we now look the picture between Ivomba for the platform between Ivomba and Efang, we now go realize that Efang be then a right hand man for Ivomba. When we say if we know everything what Ivomba do, when we say if Ivomba chop 5,000, Efang will chop 2,000 or 5,000. We now understand they be so close, friendly. They know betray Ivomba na Efang.
Are you guys hearing that? Amber guys, it is very important for you guys to understand that you guys are brothers. There is no reason why you should betray and kill one another. There is no reason why you should pick up arms and kill your fellow brothers. There's no reason as a young person in Cameroon not understanding the history. Your parents have been feeding you with the stories of the past and you don't know the facts and you join them to pick up arms based on their biased and twisted history. They go out there and incite you to go to war. I just want to let you understand that I love you guys so much. And the history of our nation goes way back as 1472. Cameroon has been existing for more than 500 years, recorded history. And these stories that they pick up from 1960 to spread hate around the nation and get us to the place where we are today is wrong. They don't know their history. Ask your parents this question. If they are old enough, where was Ambazonia in 1884? They will tell you, oh no, forget about that. Forget about it. We are dealing with the 1960, we had independence. How did you have independence? All of a sudden, they will tell you they are against marginalization. They are against annexation. They are against colonization. But my question to you is, you're trying to build this new nation based on the demarcation set by colonization. So you are endorsing colonization. And they are inciting you to go die. Don't join this narrative. Some of these people have left children behind. And there is no one to take care of those children. When they were alive, those children had something. But now that they are gone, they were promised that there will be a nation. They tell you all the stories. And they don't give you the real historical account of that nation. Because if you can never be a pan-Africanist and be a cessationist at the same time. They are two opposites. It's an oxymoron. You cannot be a pan-Africanist and a cessationist within Africa at the same time. You cannot be a pro-black person and be an anti-French speaking Cameroonian at the same time. You cannot be both. It doesn't make sense. You cannot be running to the white people to come help you and at the same time you are a pan-Africanist fighting that you don't want imperialism. It doesn't make any sense. So that is why I want to draw your attention to these stories so that you understand that we've come a long way and they will use every strategy to keep dividing us. They will divide the young people. They will divide Northwest against Southwest. They will divide tribes. They'll divide you against tribes. They'll divide you within Northwest and say this tribe versus this tribe. They will move from there. They will say the Northwest versus Southwest. They'll move from there. They will say it is English-speaking Cameroonians against La République. They will move from there. They will say it's Africa against the world. All of these narratives are very myopic and it will lead us into more problems. The next thing is that they will come abroad, make money, go back home, and try to gang up to kick the same West that all of them find themselves in, and they are making a life because these nations has provide for them opportunities, and yet they live in these nations with bias in their heart. They live in these nations with pain in their heart. So that is exactly what I'm trying to get you to understand here. And there are many ways, I repeat, many ways to achieve success if you genuinely want this freedom, if you genuinely want to see peace in our nation, of which I think most of these leaders don't. Some of them have said things like, every other nation has fought war except us, and this is our time. Really? We should fight wars? If every nation has done it, we have to do it? So that is your motivation to incite young people to go die? That every nation on earth has had a war in the past and we ought to have one? Really listen to the words that are coming out of their mouths. This is insane. In your time, why didn't you fight? When you were young like us, why didn't you go to war and fight? You would have done that in your dispensation. If they place some of you on the ground and ask you to fight, your minds will change about what you are inciting the young people to go do right now. Let's keep listening, guys.
I don't tell una since when I watch my life broadcast since back previous years, I did 1 year plus. Why be tell una about Ivan by picking the suffer? Now lie, I don't tell una say that they suffer because I be get the information, everything. But when I talk, I be like, hey, petit frère, I be telling na the simple truth.
See, most of them have their children in school abroad. They have their children going to school. They're having a good life. They drive automobiles and they are doing just fine. And that is why I insist that as they are inciting you to fight more in 2024, ask some of those leaders to come down and fight. They will give you all sorts of excuses in the book as to why they can't be on the ground to fight. They will try to cook up stories to tell you to be the reason why they will not be on the ground and fight. And I want you young people to dismiss all of those excuses and ask these people if you believe in this cause. And I repeat that again, every CEO should be down there in the foundation of their business and do something to show the rest of the people that I believe in this cause and I'm willing to die for it. You will not have an idea in your head and you want me to act on that idea. It doesn't make sense. You cannot have an idea for this long time, a vision, and you want me to act on that vision. The leaders who led the revolution here in America did not say, you guys go fight and they stay behind. All the leaders in America, they were in the battleground. If you want to say every nation has fought, most great nations, their leaders were warriors. They were fighters. George Washington, you can name them. They were warriors. Alexander the Great, he was a warrior with his soldiers. Fighting. He never made any excuse and stood from a distance and gave orders. He was with them in the trenches fighting. If you are not fighting, stop. This is just a scheme to keep the people in this condition. And I'm happy because some other young people in the diaspora are beginning to see the light. You're collecting taxes from them now. You're doing all sorts of nasty deeds on the ground to keep your pockets full. And it's time it stops. It's time it stops. Enough is enough. Let's keep watching.
So the beginning they suffer. So what is the future of? I don't tell the compromisation of Ivan. Now today, what will happen? I like the picture and this video. It teach me one thing. Ivan will also send his sister. He begin all a family from Nigeria. Why be they on ground zero? The beginning they go school. Ivan will be there alive. They use the kidnapping money. They rent good house. They enjoy themselves. They ever say a day like this will come. The question I want to ask you, where you watch me today, where the food today on ground, where you follow Lucifer, you follow Ten Kobo, you follow Millipede, you follow Gabonese, you follow No Pity, you follow all the Sky them and the rest say they be a general. The question I say, for say your own picking day, for say your own mommy day, for say your own sister day for ground, so they suffer. Your picking they go school. But that general them, that commander they are picking they go school for Nigeria. So they go school for Francophone zone. Opopo, the woman picking they go school for Limbe. The day Limbe. The day Limbe. Yes, that be there for Bush. They live good life. They go school, but they can't stop. Say me a pikin no go school, no education. You go down, but all their family they therefore out of the place. There is no one general where his sister or immediate family therefore ground zero. No one.
Are you understanding what they are doing to you, young people? They take their siblings. They don't believe in the cause. Even those who are fighting take their siblings and their children and they send them out of the country, and then they go to war to kill your own children. I've been talking to people, and over 90% of the people on the ground do not want this anymore. Over 90%. We have to do consensus. We have to make sure that the people agree that the fight should continue, because it got to a point where they realize, nah, these people are turning against us. They are not our friends anymore. Amba is not our friends. And that's a key slogan that I've heard numerous times from the people on the ground. Amba is not my friend. Amba is not your friend. That is the key slogan. We got to do an evaluation at this juncture based on what you guys think you've achieved so far and ask the question, do the people still want you guys to continue, or are you guys just inciting violence, kidnapping people and extorting money from them? The question is, do they want to continue with this mission or not? Right here on my phone, a message is coming in. Both elderly people that were there in 1961 writing me and saying they were there for the elections. And they believe that they agreed and joined French-speaking Cameroonians. And they are appreciating me for the good work. Both elderly people. And I say, if you're above 40 and you believe we can achieve this dream without violence, of which I have a plan, that we will be extremely successful. I'm not bluffing. We have a plan. My team and I, we have a plan that will help us achieve all these goals without bloodshed. And anybody who thinks that they are above 40 that welcomes this idea, we welcome you. If you're above 40 and you do not welcome these ideas, this platform is not for you. If you want to achieve that goal with violence and bloodshed, this platform is not for you. It's not for everybody. Everything you do in this life is not for everybody. Any product you manufacture is not for everybody. Any idea you're spreading is not for everybody. And so I choose my audience carefully. That's why I wonder why you guys keep watching my content and you're commenting. If you don't welcome my ideas, good luck. I wish you the best. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's keep listening, guys.
If you see any girl who say general a woman today for ground zero, that one that their girlfriend, they are real woman. They are woman. This is where they get them, where they like and find, not there on ground with them. Do you know if you want to be there for Douala, for Ramona Musadi, the they give all money for they get the even t-shirt and teach for some school, the top money for so many other people who suspect it. But if you own our own picking there for girl and not go school, I want to ask you where you watch me today as a foot soldier. We say, be soldier, what is your future?
This is an eye-opening message. I do not endorse killing, but what this young man is saying makes sense for you as an Amba soldier to think for yourself. Because one thing that they have done to you guys is shut your brains from thinking. Because that's the only way you can act the way you do if you do not think. When you start thinking, you open your eyes. That is their strategy, to get you not to think. They will label you black legs. They will label you La Republic if you think. They will move from there and tell you it is Northwest against Southwest. It is this tribe against this tribe. And then they'll move from there to Northwest against Southwest. They'll move from there. It is English-speaking Cameroon against the government. They'll move from there. They will say it is Africa against the world. Their strategies are evident. And yet they live in nations where they believe that that nation is the cause of their problems. And they are planning to go back someday and join a coalition or join an organization to invite Russia and fight against the West. The same West that has blessed you, provided for you opportunities and education to live in their land. And you will not let go of the past. You keep regurgitating the same information, the same history again and again in your minds, and you won't change. The goal of life is progress, to forget the past and move forward. Let the history be history, and let's create a compelling future. Even us growing up understanding that we did not experience what you're telling us. You say, because I grew up in Paul Biya's time, which indicates that Paul Biya's time is better. Why do you want to keep bringing up the past to us? Because all the things they are fighting, most of them is not because of Paul Biya's reign. It's because of the time of Aejo. That's what I've heard from their mouth, which is insane.
Also, your own picking there, you know, be able for even chop 2 square meal. But there is no general, no day where if I charge you pocket 110, no, see no less than 500,000. They have money. You say for that camp, you chop now waiting, you wear waiting. See that black or big. They enjoy. Their family there for Nigeria. I won't buy the kind of money go Nigeria, be kind thing there, buy kind thing there, give them money, they enjoy themselves. Now I would don't compromise I won't buy. They never ever know say the money go finish. Today they decline now because I don't pass Gary. Yes, don't chop all the money I won't buy be kidnap am. You don't say repercussion now. Now you wait there for that ground, you say general your family there for that side, you send them money for kidnapping. They say they bought them more kidnap. For send their family the money, make the chop, they enjoy. That when they get the chop down money, this girl so he said I won't buy my boy talk about it, and a very bad girl. I don't pity this girl, I pity that poor innocent picking them, where they bring them for the world, that too small picking them. That is my pain. Not that you fool the woman, because it's for me, this woman will shoot and throw him. Even now me, Clovis, Oka, aka me, the one, I will shoot it away. Now this small innocent picking that pity him, when they don't know nothing. They find out they talk waiting. They find out say waiting. They don't say waiting. Because if you be a better sister, you for advise your brother, make come up for that thing. But because they waiting, you be enjoying your money. They the same money that you work 200,000, 500,000 every month. You need like half a million of your pocket. When you chop, enjoy, chop, do kind of live a comfortable house where house rent is now no less than 200,000 for every money be paid. You see the children, I don't sell so fit, a little bit frustrated. Now, when I have a battle that way no they get the food, they say they'll give them money. Now I want actually watch me today where you close the 5 for ground zero. My brother or mommy, I didn't call out with my brother. My brother, when he listen to me, when he brother there for that bush, ask yourself the question: what is the future of that picking that we can get down? And then think now only about Amber Boy. I think about that picking that we will bring up for the world. Then
Does that make sense? That is a futuristic approach. That we don't just think about ourselves. We think about our children and their children's children. No matter how much money you make through kidnapping people, that money is going to finish. And when it does finish and you're killed, your family is going to struggle. Your wife and children will struggle. And all of these leaders that are inciting you to go fight will not help your children. That is a fact that you should understand, young people. Right up to this moment, I keep repeating this, we've not had people die in the hands of the military in that nation. And what they try to tell you is they want to create a utopia. My question is, and this is how I analyze facts, which nation in Africa is that better than Cameroon? That is a question we have to answer. Which nation in Africa is that better that you feel like if you had everything, you would have done different? Which nation in Africa has a GDP of up to $1 trillion? None. There is no nation in Africa with a GDP of up to $1 trillion. None. And you think if you had Ambazonia, you would have done better? All those nations that they are citing and getting inspirations from, that succeeded from their nation, are very broke today. Really poor today. Go look at their GDP. Look at the GDP of Eritrea. Go look at the GDP of South Sudan. Go look at all of those nations that fought for years. And they said this is not about 5-10 years. They are looking at fighting for about 20 more years. They don't care. They will make sure that they achieve their goals. They don't care about you. They don't like you. They've always thought about sacrificing children for them to live. And today, young people like this, he's talking about the future. And I think that is the perspective that we all should hold, because we are in a different dispensation and we think differently. And so our decisions and our actions are different. And that's why you see young people like this, they cut the light. They cut the light and say, I'll get out of this. This is not for me. This is not for me. This is going to ruin me, ruin my children, ruin my future, and ruin the destinies of other people. There is no way. And I was just saying this, and I was saying, like, man, one human being is more than $1 million for me, because I know what I can do or what we can do together when we put our heads together. One human being, if they equate that monetary value to your life, they will act differently. They think resources, land, stuff is more important than your life. That is why they are doing what they are doing. Some of them invest in Douala, some of them invest in Yaoundé, and they are in abroad right here. Some of them have made some money and they are doing well with their families right here. And they know what they are doing. And you are just a pawn in this game. Take your destiny into your hands.
Picking the way, my man, the compromise you don't go. No man no think about it. If they abandon, I won't buy picking and that they cry. The other one for my thought, they don't even know a face. But if I don't make this video now, so you go start to surely send some money for this girl, make it can make some videos. Say no, don't give some money. Don't wait now, see him. Don't post now, see him. I tell her again now, so that made a foolish and find the way they door that door and they contribute more money give them. So my question today for you, when you watch me today, I want to ask you, what is your future? There is not independent. They will compromise you. Your life will go. Your picking will suffer from that day. I want after show me what I know. Now let do an album back. For that so picking day. So I get a really woman. That small guy give belly for Bobanda Bobelli and that he can sleep and so before I left that girl. Electric woman and that for day. He don't born the pick. Let you know if you see that picking with eye. They will not sleep on the amber that will show te una for sure that girl look as when you go follow me to us. So one kid that very get back. Now lie. How evil na be when the fighter don't fall for down, the other one they take a woman, start to sleep and turn her to their concubine. Useless they get anyhow. If they get
These are cultures that we are creating out of the struggle. And you have to ask yourself the question, how are you going to control this? And I've heard stories like someone insult your mom, you come kill them. That is sad. Someone argues with you, you come kill them. We've never had this history in our nation. We've never acted like this. If your idea of freedom will bring this kind of culture, where young people will useless their lives like this, please spare me that righteousness that you claim that you have. Spare me the rights that you claim that you have. Spare me all of these ideas that you have. If you will initiate an idea that will produce this kind of culture, how are we going to remedy this situation? How are we going to end up fixing these people? Do you have a plan as to how you restore the sanity of these people? Those in the diaspora, how many years has it been that you cannot go peacefully back home? Because you're scared of what could be done to you. Almost every friend that I have that has traveled back home said they caught them and took money from them, and it was not the military, it was an amber. I mean, almost every friend, those that were stopped at checkpoints, they collected money from them back home. These are stories that these people are telling me, like, if you don't say something, we don't know what will be the outcome of our lives. And they are seriously crying. And I'm speaking for those people. Let's keep listening.
But suddenly the doorway, you go born first speaking with Amber die. That very day again, he go for another pick. Amber boy again, he cook my Amber boy again, he die. He get 3-4 picking. No papa. They don't die also fit. Because they wait in job money. I be guess so one way he call me. He get 2 picking. He don't born new. Be like 3 months. They compromise some other guy. They put the master as colonel. He says, hey, don't promote the master. The master na colonel. I laugh. I tell you, say you go cry tomorrow. You don't make 3 days as I tell you now. I get that spirit where I talk with some picking. You know, yeah, you compromise. You don't make 3 days. They wipe that boy. You don't make 1 week plus. I call say how life. He said, try tell me say, Papa, I don't bad. Even the one for quarter gary no day. The boy they got sleep with that small picking for 3 months with that guy in hand before one feed that picking. He all colleague them. Where that boy be there, like they work out together, sleep one place together, chop one chop together, go the same battle together. Then they compromise for the same fight that they fight. No fit help that girl. They turn for using as a sex slave for giving even 100 family each chop. But a party man who work for the so-called cause Ambazonia. Chai. I say you see him. I say you dull because I say advise your man. That's one money there for a hand. They run with and save life. There's no future for that book. You will wipe it to them. But today, they get no get handwork, you know, go school. He come from a very broke family. I say poor. He will come how? What is the fate of that picking that we don't bring up to this world? Better say me, I must have been a truck push idea alive. It is better than say die. At least if the picking not go school for the first month for the school, go for the inside the month, he will really struggle. Just the fact say that picking papa day alive, he gives some impression for that picking. You know the only one where I get for work. You don't get no children for the sleep with the Amber boy then anyhow. No protection, no condom, no something. You go see carry another belly. Those will compromise that boy. And their sex is going around when I see round, let them. I will see carry another belly for that very boy. You don't get no choice. He go do him. If he do this kind of work, not to the village. Papa na broke, mommy na broke. He will do na shower for feed that pikin. Who will help you? No one for the diaspora. Even them on ground, that boy is say they get money. Saka they get money some kind. Yes, they get millions for their account. But they go look you. Your woman don't die reckless about that. You will the following. I will ask your head define. High time don't reach for you for use your brain. Even now me, I be there for that forest. A man tell us something. No. I swear to God, no. I don't for come so. When I don't get money. Sam, you don't get away for kidnap man now. They get away for making money. Now I advise you. As you listen to my voice now, you don't corner Sagat. You don't gonna thank Kobo. You don't have no pity. You don't gonna other general them where they corner there. Papa, they trust you. Just call my first Clovis. And be prepared for give this man for now. Free of charge. Then you see to the government will do it for you.
My fellow comrades.
Well, so that is sad. That is sad. And that is why I encourage you guys to listen to what I'm saying, because we are going to come out of this, people. It is near. You have peace in your homes. You have a plan and a strategy. You have a peaceful community. You'll be able to think again, not going out to work knowing that you will not see the next day. All of this will go away. You'll be able to restore your land. You'll be able to live in a Cameroon where in the next 20 years, you will be extremely prosperous. It will be a nation flowing with milk and honey. We've led our president to do everything for these years. It's time for us to get involved. I say that again, as we come abroad, it is important that because of the love we have for our nation, we sacrifice and get into industries, which are some of the things I will disclose in the project that we have, industries that are transforming the global economy. So that when we come back home, we can initiate sustainable change. There will be some sacrifices we have to make. That is why you see most of the people abroad, all they can contribute for this struggle or after this struggle is just money. And money is not enough. We need ideas that moves our economy forward. That's why you give money at the end of the day, the same situation, the same problem. Because why? Money is not what changes an economy. Money is part of it, but it is not what changes. skills, talent, development in industries that are shaping the global economy. It's not just arts and entertainment, but there are fields like engineering, mining, construction, agriculture, tourism. There are many industries that we can do amazing exploits when we study abroad, come back home and expand those industries and have enormous success. The bush falling program should be a strategic program for development. It's not just to make money so you can prove to people. And that is why I'm calling on our people, because it will require sacrifice. And some people will have to come abroad and have to squeeze in your basement to study what we know at the end of the day will be very instrumental to our development. We have to empower men more instead of all of these ideas of empowering women more than men. I'm not saying we do not empower women, but we got to empower our men more. All these ideas that people pick out from the West, the women empowerment movement, these people are doing this at the stage of their development where they have had everything. They have the iPhones, they create that. They have electric vehicles, they have good roads, they have good electricity. And so when they promote ideas like this, because they are in the stage of experimentation, they're experimenting at the stage because they've had everything. And we cannot adopt a similar culture at this stage of our development. We should be empowering more men. People come abroad, all they do is create NGOs that are aimed at empowering women with the idea that they'll get money abroad and sponsor those projects. And at the end of the day, handbags, mesh will not provide for us roads and houses and roads, automobiles. It will not construct for us what we will need to achieve that level of development. And women, some of them, when they give you some of this money, take and empower some men. Empower some men, because they are the ones that will go into the trenches. You've seen how they are willing to sacrifice their lives for you in this struggle. You've seen how they are willing to go to every extent. They did not say you have to come on the battleground with them. That is what happens in every economy. Men are empowered first, they build that economy. This is a deception so that we can be backwards. Who is going to go out there and tap the electricity? Who is going to go out there and do the plumbing? Men. Who is going to go out there and build the roads? Men. Who is going to go out there and erect beautiful skyscrapers? Men. Who is going to go out there in the farms and cultivate crops in a macro way? Men. We need to empower more of them and not let them go die like this. When you don't empower men and have them do what they ought to do to build that economy, they become bitter and sitting around. They become terrorists. They will pick up guns. They will do all of this and get around and terrorize you. God created them to work hard and build an economy. And as you put them there, they will pull all that energy that they use to pick up guns and go fight to develop themselves, develop some skills, and be able to harness our quality of life. Who is this young man? A man speaking up for the boys. Do you see that? Do you see women on the road, or you see women fighting out there in the bushes? No. These men take responsibility. Right now, we don't encourage feminism, right? It's not like we should have equal people fighting on the streets, right? No, you say let the men go die. Please empower your men to be strong and build. When all this is said and done, we can have experimentation when we already have established institutions. And this is what I'm saying to our people. Wake up. Young people, wake up. Look at 50, 100 years into the future, and not just your immediate surrounding. And that is why I say the things I say here. It's unconventional. I know it. It's unheard of. I know it. Some people will not welcome the ideas. I know it. But I know majority of the people are going to benefit, and their lives will transform geometrically when they follow the blueprint that I'm laying down here. We need to pray for our president. encourage him, let him know we believe in him, and let him know that no matter what is going on, we are here to build this nation. And what that will do is it will reduce the spending that goes towards the military, because he will not be trying to protect himself, but rather turn to the economy. We have chiefs that will start from 12 years old till they die, and their children's children take power and continue. We don't have a problem with that, but we will point to the president. This is what is happening in Africa, guys. You cannot have tribes and want democracy. Have tribes with leaders that are not appointed. They get in there by birthright, and yet you want that transformation at the global stage when you don't want that same transformation locally. Our presidents are a reflection of our tribes. Our presidents in Africa is a reflection of our thinking and our habits. It's a reflection of our traditions. It's a reflection of our way of life. And so if we want change at the global level, we want to initiate change at this local level. Our communities should be structured in a way that reflects the nation. I cannot come and see someone that is not competent and he's a chief and he has that position by birthright, and now you want that change at the national level, that the president should not be there for this length of time. That is how I look at this problem, objectively, from a macro perspective. We cannot be affiliated to our tribes, that we will discriminate within our tribes, and then we don't want the president to discriminate at the national level. It has to start within. If you will not discriminate between tribes, then we'll be able to have that kind of conversation about not having discrimination at the national level. And that is where the change starts. And that is how my strategies are very transformative. They will work for us as we follow them. We need to start this change within our communities, and then we will see it at the national level and then at the global level. You cannot want democracy and tradition at the same time. You cannot have both. The West don't have that. They don't have the chiefs that come in and stay forever and come in by birthright, and that is why their democracy works. Are you guys following? It has to start from within. Let's listen to another video and then we'll wrap up the session, guys.
My name is Comrade Lehman. The reason why one can't live now because I want to make Ambazonians they understand, say, who they fight a just cause. Ambazonia na my country. Yeah, country. Now all of us will country. We ask yourself a serious question. Why are we fighting? Are we fighting the right way? Now, a question that we give to ask yourself. We cannot just allow Amba fighters, untrained boys, undisciplined and uncoordinated boys. We give them guns and make them go wild on people. That is wrong.
So that's one of the things. They are untrained. I'm happy that some brothers like this in the diaspora, they are beginning to open their eyes to the reality of what is going on. And as he starts probing, all of a sudden, he will see the light. He will see what I see. They are not trained. They are undisciplined. Why? Because the people that want to lead this movement want to stay abroad. They think it's your responsibility to fight, but it's their responsibility not to fight and give instructions from the diaspora. None of them have the confidence and the courage to go down there and fight, which tells me they don't believe in what they are advocating. It's just lip service. And I'm glad that he's pointing that out. No matter the amount that dies without training, it is a needless war. Unless you address some of these key aspects, of which in the process, if you start doing so, you will realize that there's no need for you to fight. I think if you were down there, you would have changed your mind long time ago. All these leaders. Because you are not putting on the shoes. You are not putting on the shoes. That's why you can't understand where it hurts. Let's keep listening.
We are fighting because the country called the Republic of Southern Cameroon has been annexed by La République du Cameroon. What I want Ambazonians to do is, I want to...
So that's a term that they have conditioned our people to be saying, that they've annexed us. How did the annexation happen? Can you show proof? They've thrown all of these words around and they'll move from there to colonization. This is how they've conditioned our people to be talking. This is sad. Okay.
Challenge all the Ambazonians who are out of Ambazonia. You cannot be punishing people on the ground to pay taxes to you in Norway. From Ayaba, that is wrong. The people on the ground are the ones who are suffering from bombardment, from bullets, their homes being burned, they have been displaced from their farms. They cannot even work to earn a living. You cannot come and ask them to pay taxes to you, Ayaba. That is wrong. We have to call what is wrong out.
So that is exactly what is going on. If you think that they will impose taxes on struggling people the way they are going about it, and then you believe that they will lead you, it will be terror. You will be glad that you were under La Republic, you were under the government of Cameroon, than in the hands of your people. The people have never experienced this kind of pain. They've never experienced this kind of pain under that French government. This is the height of wickedness. And our brothers now are beginning to speak up. You cannot live in Norway and you're imposing taxes on these struggling people. It is wrong. I'm glad that you're seeing the light, brother. Let's change. Change is the only thing that happens to a human being that is amazing to look at. Change, that we can be thinking one way and then we change and then we're thinking another way. That we can be acting one way and then we change and we start acting another way. We are not animals, which is what makes us unique, that we are humans. The thing that makes us different from animals is that we change the circumstances around us by thinking, by acting rational. That is what separates us from animals. To have an idea in your head for more than 50 years and you don't refine that idea and change positions at all within your evolution is absurd. Guys, we can do this. Can you? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can initiate change. We can bring about transformation. We can develop our economies. We can build bridges instead of building walls. We can love instead of hate. We can show empathy and sympathy instead of remorse. Yes, we can. John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your nation can do for you, but what you can do for your nation. Southern Cameroonians, what can you do for your nation? America was built by great men that rose up and believed that through capitalism and their creativity, they can be able to build America. The John D. Rockefellers, the Vanderbilt, the J.P. Morgan, the Henry Fords, all of these great minds stood up and believed in the possibilities of this nation. And they had no position in the government. And yet they brought about change. Those are the people that I walk in their footsteps. Those are the people that are my mentors. The Alexandra Hamilton, people who initiated economic transformative ideas. Milton Friedman, those are the people that I walk in their shoes. Those are the people that have studied their work closely. And that is what we will have in Cameroon. And that foundation will be laid in 2 years. And then we will start building. Get yourselves ready to walk not slavery, but walk in joy for prosperity and development. That is what I bring on the table. That is where I see our people. That in the next 20 years, our nation is a first world country in Africa. In the next 20 years, we will have industries that are unthinkable coming out of Cameroon. In the next 20 years, we will have amazing farms to market roads. In the next 20 years, there will be a system that takes care of our elderly people. In the next 20 years, we'll have an amazing tax system that serves our communities. In the next 20 years, we will live in a nation where we are not judged based by the language we speak, but by your creativity, by how smart and hardworking you are able to perform and create opportunities that everyone supports you with riches. That is the Cameroon I see in the next 20 years. I see a Cameroon that is a land flowing with milk and honey. I see a Cameroon where we have soccer fields in every subdivision in Cameroon. I see a Cameroon where French and English speaking Cameroonians are holding hands together as brothers and sisters, smiling, loving, getting married, and enjoying the company of one another. That is the Cameroon I see in the next 20 years. I see a Cameroon in the next 20 years where colonial influence is not a determinant to our destiny. I see a Cameroon where colonial demarcation is not the substratum that we build from, but black people in a nation that love and believes in each other and cooperatively work together to achieve a common goal. That is the Cameroon I see. I see a Cameroon where you will not have to marry in a tribe and be denied because you do not come from that tribe. I see a Cameroon where Northwest and Southwesterners are happy together in brotherly union. I see a Cameroon where the English-speaking Cameroonians and the French-speaking Cameroonians are developing themselves together, cooperating on projects not based on the language they speak. That is the Cameroon I see. That is the nation that I see in the next 20 years. And that foundation will be laid in the next 2 years, and we will build from that foundation. That is what I bring to the table. We will do it, and I will see it happen in my lifetime. The God that sent me will carry all of us through. The God that raised me to pick up this mantle will see us through. We will rejoice, we will be happy, and we'll turn back and say, this is a story of the past. And we love where we are right now. That is the Cameroon I see. A Cameroon where plantation agriculture is initiated and our mothers and our fathers are no longer picking up holes to go farm. That is the Cameroon I see. Where at least 87% of the citizens own a home and drive their own automobile, marry their women, and live in harmony, enjoying the company of each other, building and thriving as a single unit. That is the Cameroon I see. That is our vision for that nation. The Cameroon Sustainable Development Project is all about this initiative, to achieve all of this without bloodshed. I love you guys so much, and I hope you got some inspiration from this video to keep sharpening your perspective, readjusting your position, and igniting the spirit of nationalism among every Cameroonian. That we have love for our nation to the extent that we work extremely hard to achieve the Cameroon dream. What I just described to you is the Cameroon dream. And we are initiating that project throughout the entire nation. The Cameroon dream. The Cameroon dream is what we believe in. The Cameroon dream is what we are going to harness. The Cameroon dream is what we aspire for every Cameroonian. That with equal opportunity in that nation, everyone can rise up and achieve their full potential. That is the Cameroon dream that I bring to the table. The Cameroon dream. The Cameroon dream is the dream that if you work hard and believe in yourself, we will support you. If you are creative, we will stand by you. If you exhibit talent, we will invest in you. That is the Cameroon dream. That we are going to unite and our hearts will be directed towards this goal with everything that we have. Remain blessed. All right. If you like this video, you're going to like this other episode and you can watch it by clicking right here.